Good morning, guys. It's your boy Richie Rich here. How's everyone doing? Today in this video, I am going to be I'm back with another video. Today in this video, I am going back to my old roots. Today I'll be going back into doing Fast and Furious cars again. Yes, specifically, I'm gonna be going back to the first one. For a very good reason. Ever since the 10th one was out, there have been rumors saying that, well, I've heard about, like, how the 11th one, the brand new one, is going to be going back into street racing, but on a very tight budget, though. So they're going to be doing exactly the same that they did with the first one, because bear in mind, in the first movie, they had also, like, a tight budget, so they did not have much money. They had, like, under $1 million. That was their budget that they really had, for the movie, and, they had, like, not many cars. Bear in mind, they had not much cars there, for, like, stunts and, like, and even real cars as well, like, the actual hero cars, and, like, for replica, like, stunt replicas they had there as well. They had not much. They hadn't had that many cars there, just because they had, like, a short budget, and they were starting to work on the very first movie. And that is what they're possibly gonna do with the new one, because they're going back into street racing with that. Because bear in mind that, like, they haven't done, like, much street racing ever since the first one back in 2001, for the past 23 years, somewhere around there, roughly. Like, over the past 20 years, they've been doing this franchise, and it's crazy to believe, like, considering that it's gone from street racing all the way, like, to heists, stealing vaults, flipping tanks, diving from planes, stopping God's Eye, and, like, flipping huge trucks, stopping the Vatican bomb, all that kind of stuff that they have done, even going to space. Which were cool, but as a Fast and Furious fan and a JDM tuner car enthusiast, I've been more into, like, the street racing world. I mean, the heists are cool, but, street racing was where it all pretty much started. So today in this video, I'll be going back to the first Fast and Furious movie, because there is some cars which I have not really, like, ever talked about, which I want to talk about, and just because they're, like, pretty cool, I mean, just because they're cool doesn't mean I cannot talk about them. It's just not fair to leave those cars behind. So it's time I start to show those cars respect and love that they really deserve. And I'll pretty much be doing more Fast and Furious car videos for you guys. So today in this video, I'll be talking to you guys about the 1997 Nissan 240 SX from the first Fast and Furious movie. So before I start, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Okay. Alright, so without any further ado, let's get started. So the 1997 Nissan 240 SX from The Fast and the Furious 2001. So starting off with overview, so let's do it. So the manufacturer is by NMC, Nissan Motor Company. The make is Nissan, obviously. The model is a 240 SX. So 240 SX. The production year is from 1995 to 1998, but they used like the 1997 edition. The model status is discontinued. Next up is body and chassis. The class is a sports compact. The body style is a two-door coupe or coupe. The engine is a 2.4 liter Ka24DE inline four engine. They could have used an SR20 for this, which would have been like cool, would have been badass, you know. An SR20 would have been great, but they used a Ka24DE inline four. I swear the Ka24 is for S2000, I think. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to look that up, and I'll comment down below of what engine it was from, which car, like what this engine is used in what car. I'll put that in the comments below after the video is done. So, body and chassis. Class, sports compact, body style two-door coupe or coupe. The engine is a 2.4 liter Ka24DE inline four. For the body mods, it has a Vis Racing body kit and a rear wing. The wheels are Advan Model S's. Character information is next. The driver is Letty Ortiz, played by Michelle Rodriguez. The use is for standard driving and participating in race wars. The status is survived. Presumably, it might have been sold. For the films was from the first one, The Fast and the Furious, 2001. The similar cars to that is the Nissan Silvia S15 Spec R from like the fourth Fast and Furious movie. Is it? Yeah. No, the third one. So it was from Tokyo Drift. And from Furious 7 as well. And also, we got even the Nissan Silvia Spec S. So, that was the car I talked about. I did talk about this car. It was way before I started work. Way before I ended it. Way before I ended work. When did I talk about this car? Hold on. I got it somewhere here. I know it. Where is it? Where is it? I know I got the Silvia. Here's somewhere. Where is it? I know I got it here. I know I do. So it was 3 months ago, the 2001 Nissan Silvia S15 Spec S from Tokyo Drift 2006. So yeah. That was early November 2023. So that was 3 months ago I talked about this car. Sorry about that. Just keep on coughing so much. And by the way, like, I'll be doing more Fast and Furious cars in the near future. Because for the new movie, it's gonna for the new movie, they're going back to basics. So, character information. Driver is Letty Ortiz, played by Michelle Rodriguez. Uses for standard driving. and participating in race wars. Status has survived, presumably been sold. For the films was from the first Fast and Furious movie. Similar cars to that is the Nissan Silvia S15 Spec R and Spec S. Alright, so a 1997 Nissan 240SX, a watered down version of Japan's Silvia S14, belonged to Lady Ortiz, played by Michelle Rodriguez. So, Lady Ortiz, played by Michelle Rodriguez, later changed her name to Lady Toretto. Lady Ortiz, played by Michelle Rodriguez in The Fast and the Furious, 2001. It's unknown what happened to her car after the first movie. Next up is biography. So, The Fast and the Furious, 2001. Letty's 240SX is seen at the beginning of the movie being the first car of the crew to pull up in front of Toretto's Market and Cafe, which is not far from the Toretto house, actually. That night, Letty drives herself and Mia in her 240SX. So Mia is played by Jordana Brewster in her 240SX to a street race and uses the car to escape when the cops arrived. Say when the police arrive. The car is seen again when Letty, played by Michelle Rodriguez, Leon, played by Johnny Strong, and Vince, played by Matt Stuhls. Can't really pronounce it that well, but oh well. Return from grocery shopping for their barbecue. The car is seen for one last time when Letty uses it during race wars against another driver's Mazda RX-7. However, she easily wins when she uses her nitrous oxide system, or NOS, against him, as he was racing without it. Next up is trivia. So trivia. The car was rented from Helen Jasmine Cho, and no copies were made of it, as it wasn't going to be a car that would be involved in stunts. So it's not going to be a stunt car. For scenes with Michelle Rodriguez in the car, a shell of a different model Nissan model Nissan car was attached to a MIG rig, which would tow the shell with Michelle inside. So that must have been like a so it was like a regular 240, I think. I don't know. Presumably. Or it might have been a Sylvia, I don't know. Say, for scenes with Michelle Rodriguez in the car, a shell of a different model Nissan car was attached to a MIG rig, which would tow the shell with Michelle inside. The car was returned to its owner and then sold, and its current whereabouts are unknown. So no one knows where the car is or what happened to it or anything like that. If it's not modified or tuned up, anything like that. Absolutely no information about that. Alright, next up is the specifications, which not really got much upgrades to it. So specifications specifications were on. So for the engine specs, we got a standard Nissan SR20 DET engine. It had a Blitz SSBC. Don't really know what that is. I'll have to look it up. I might put that down in the comments of what it might be. I don't really know, but yeah, as a Nissan SR20. SR20. I can't even say it. SR20 DET engine, Blitz SSBC, a Blitz DTT, which is dual turbo timer, a supersound blow-off valve, a Nurspec R stainless steel exhaust, an SUS stainless steel air cleaner, and NGK iridium spark plugs. So that's engine specs done. Not really much they're done because because you have to remember that the first movie was on a really short budget, not really much money. They're like under $1 million to buy the cars, modify them like as replicas and like body kits, engine upgrades, sound systems, interior, all that stuff. So engine specs got Nissan SR20 DET engine, a Blitz SSBC, a Blitz DTT, which is Blitz dual turbo timer, super sound blow off valve, Nurspec R stainless steel exhaust, Nurspec R stainless steel exhaust, SUS stainless steel air cleaner, and NGK iridium spark plugs. For the styling, we got the 1998 front end conversion, which is like known as the cookie front end conversion. Not as in the cookie which you eat, but like cookie, like KOUKI. That's how they say it. That's how they call it in Japan. It's a 1998 front end conversion, which is known as the cookie front end conversion. It had house of color purple. Before the movie, it was painted in Mercedes-Benz silver. It had a full Zeal Bay Speed body kit and a VIS GT aluminum rear wing. For the tires and wheels, got 18-inch Advan Model 5s. So we got 18-inch Advan Model 5 wheels with Yokohama ABS 225/40 and 255/35 tires. So the 40s are at the front. Well, the 225s at the front, 255s at the rear. The bigger the tires at the back, the better traction it will get. And it has a similar kind of like tires, I think, as Brian's Supra, which I talked about like 5, 6, 7 months ago. I think I can't remember. So I had Advan Model 5s, 18-inch wheels. And then Yokohama ABS 225/40 and 255/35 tires. For the interior, it's got relocated air conditioning or AC controls. It had a Sony head unit, a Sony 10-disc changer, a 12-inch Pioneer subwoofer. It had Sherwood amps, a Rockford Fosgate AMP, I think it's amplifier. So yeah. Interior, it's got relocated air conditioning controls, Sony head unit, Sony 10-disc changer, a 12-inch Pioneer subwoofer, Sherwood amplifier, a Rockford Fosgate amplifier, 6.5-inch or 6.5-inch MB quartz. So quartz is spelled QUA. So quartz is spelled QUA RTZ speakers, and a Baker dry cell battery. For the suspension, it has S-pillar springs. So S-pillar is spelled ESPELIR, and then springs, and it has GAB or GAB adjustable shocks and struts. As for for performance stats, there's not really much on there. So for performance stats, it had, as rated by the factory, it had 220 horsepower. So it had 220 horsepower. 0 to 60 is dealt with in 6.9 seconds. So rounded up is like 7 seconds in total. It did the quarter mile time. So quarter mile time in 15 seconds, approximately, at 93 miles an hour. The top speed of the car, so the top speed of the car is 130 miles an hour. And that is it, guys, for this. That's all I got on the 1997 240SX. So if you guys like this video, like it, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Hit that notification bell and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. And comment down below what else you guys want me to do from Fast and Furious, because I'll be doing more Fast and Furious car videos for you guys. And also, I will be looking for a new job because I got fired from my first job. So it was I worked for only a month, and that was just the worst experience what I've had there. I mean, it was a struggle at the start, but I got to grips with it at the end. Well, it got better until that happened, until they pulled the trigger. In other words, I was done. But I was not the only one. I had a few friends who had got like fired from their jobs as well. But it things happen like that. I mean, it does happen like when you expect it to. From like if you like when you work at like a good job or a bad job, doesn't matter. All that matters is if like it won't matter if it's a good job or not. All that matters is if you work there a lot, you'll easily get paid. And that's just pretty much what it will be. But and different jobs will have like different payouts. It will depend on what job you're going for. And like if you choose it wisely, it will all work out just great. Anyways, guys, so that'll be it. So that will be it for this video. If you guys like this video, like it, subscribe. So if you guys like this video, like it, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Hit that notification bell and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. And also, I'll be doing more Fast and Furious cars in the future because there's a lot. There's some Fast and Furious cars which I've not really like talked about, and there's like a bunch I want to do, and I want to get those ones done because there is cars which I know of from the movie that I've not really talked about. So I figured I would want to do those because like it would be great to talk about the cars which I've not talked about from the Fast and Furious movies to be done with. So in other words, I want to get those cars done. So I want to talk about the cars which I've not really done for the Fast and Furious franchise. So yeah, and also like for the new movie, they're basically gonna start on like a low budget, really. So that's pretty much like the same what they did with the first one. So for the new movie, they're going back to their old ways. So they're going, in other words, they're going back to their roots with street racing. So with street racing, like they did with the first movie. Not sure what budget they're really gonna do, but I do know for a fact that they're gonna start off with like a very low budget. Well, just under like 200-300 million dollars, I think, or maybe less, a little bit more. I don't really know, but what I do know is that it's gonna be a lot lower than the amount of money they made in the previous movies. It's like Fast 9, The Fate of the Furious, Furious 7, Furious 6, all, and so on and so forth. So yeah, just don't know what it'll be like for the new movie, but what I do know is that they're going back to their old roots of street racing. Yes, finally, no more like the heist and all that stuff. Pulling vaults out of like buildings, stopping tanks and flipping them, going for planes, capturing God's eye, and like hijacking submarines and all that stuff, and like going for landmines and flipping trucks in different locations. And stopping the Vatican wrecking ball and all that kind of stuff. And no more bombs blowing up cars like they did in the race, killing Diogo and nearly killing Isabel, uh, the younger sister of Elena. But don't know what it would be like. But I do know that they're going back to street racing. Thank God for that, because that has always been more of my childhood. Street racing. Even though street racing can be like illegal in like everywhere, like the U.S., not just the U.S., but in the U.K. it was also, but it's also illegal as well in other countries. But things happen like this. Like as a teenager, you just like get into trouble. But when you grow up, you realize what what you did was wrong, and like has to like get the world safe and like not get anybody hurt and all that stuff. No street racing, just normal casual driving, just normal everyday use, just driving normally, safely, and all that stuff. But just have to wait for the movie, and we'll find out. Because I think the movie will be out in like next year. I think 2025. I don't really know, but I think it did say something that it's going to be releasing in 2025. The last movie. So I don't know, but I'll find out what it'll be like. Excuse me. There we go. All right. So that's gonna end it today. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit that notification bell and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. And comment down below what else you guys want me to do for Fast and Furious. I got a lot of options available for me. I got a lot planned, but I want you guys to decide what I can do. Doesn't matter if you can comment down below or not. It's totally up to you. But I got a lot of it planned anyway. Okay. There we go. So I gotta get going. I'll see you guys in the next video soon. But until then, stay safe. Have a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, folks. Have a great day. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys in the next video. There we go. Peace.